Welcome to Knackerbox Garage, a Scratchy Pants production. Hello. Okay, so Bennington Bash over. So I've been away on the Guzzi for 4 days. Did just shy of 600 miles. Didn't wake up with horrendous back pain any of the days. Have enjoyed riding it. There's been no major oil leaks. Bit slow to start some mornings, but that's doable. She is filthy. Rode it in the rain. However, there's always a however. Did have 3 faults. First one was battery terminals came loose on the earthing strap. Bit of a bummer, but fixable. Broke down. Stopped for lunch. Hit the button. Nothing. Lifted the seat. Found the battery terminal. Thank you, Eric. Was loose. Eric also tightened out with his Leatherman before I could even get my wrenches out. So I will go over it with wrenches, spanners for my English brethren, to make sure it's tightened. And I will now add said spanners to my toolkit. Second thing, which is going to require some work in the removal of the starter motor, is starter motor. The solenoid is sticking. When the bike's cold, it will start. When it's hot, it does not start. It just sticks. The fix is to whack it with your Leatherman a couple of times while holding in the start button, which isn't great. And then the pièce de résistance is the headlamp fell out, and a good friend Bill Ellis happened to be around with his camera when I came back, rode in with the headlight missing. Well, it was actually shoved up my jacket. I'd gone to get gassed and took a little bit of a ride up to the Bennington Monument, and heard this clanking sound, couldn't figure out what it was, carried on riding, clank, 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 looked down and saw the headlamp banging around on the mudguard here, hanging off the lead, and thought, ooh, better stop. As you can see, the headlamp has suffered. This bike fell over. The ear is a little bit knackered there, and the headlamp's got a ding in it. So what I need to do, really, is I need to repair this. And I've also got to do the fork seals. I don't know how much oil's in this, but it has been leaking fork, although it doesn't look so bad now. It was a bit oily earlier on, but I think really I've got new seals. While I'm doing everything else, I should just pull the forks out and straighten out the headlamp, fix the ear, or at least try and straighten that out as well, and just do those things, because pulling the fork legs out isn't too hard. We'll remember to undo them, which probably means taking the clocks off as well, which is a bit pain in the ass to go to unplug everything, but you know, that'll be it. Also want to give the old girl a quick service. I want to put fresh oil in it, just because, and I want to go over it with wrenches and make sure there isn't anything else that's fallen off. So, and then after that I'll give it a clean, because it's filthy. For me it's filthy. And you can see I've been leaving shoe marks on the stand. Also, something that was interesting, it's just stiff, isn't it? That's all that's wrong with it. So my side stand doesn't come up automatically, it just needs lubricating, really. I think that's the problem. So I need to clean that up and lube it, just go over everything, check the oil levels. But the first point of attention will be the starter motor. So that's what we're going to do first. But as I've had a week off, and I've got to catch up on a few things, I need to do some things. So there'll be a bit of time before the next video clip, but seconds for you. Alright, so as you can see, the starter motor is not here. It's here. Pulled it off. It's missing the solenoid, because the solenoid's on the bench. You can have a look at the lever there can you see that? There you go. There's the lever. That the solenoid pulls. This is the solenoid. There's no real nice way of getting it apart. You have to push the end out, which basically makes an arse of the whole thing. But a whole new solenoid is available. So that's what we've purchased. That we'll get to shortly. So I'm waiting on that. I can't get a complete new starter. There just doesn't seem to be one available. And I found out in moving the lead that this is actually live and connected to the battery positive terminal. So I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit. Or disconnect it rather when I put it back on. Next thing to do is want to go over the fluids. I know it's dirty. And I haven't cleaned it because if I get oil on it, I will want to clean it off. So I'm going to do rear bevel, gearbox, just to make sure they're at the correct level. I want to do the tappets. I'll pull the plugs out and have a look at the plugs. I've got a little bit of vibration or pulsing coming through the lever under braking, which is developed, and I don't know whether it's because I've got some oil or something on the pads or the discs, but I'll try and clean those up. And what I may do is just put a little bit of emery or fine emery under each of the pads and just roll it up the road on one, do it one side then do it the other, just to flatten off if I've got any lumps or anything. I've got some nice emery cloth that I can use to do that. Yeah, then I'll do an engine oil change on the engine. I've got some VR, I think I'm running, oh no, it's a 2050, isn't it, or a 10 foot, whatever it is. I've got a jug of it somewhere with Guzzi written on it, so I know what I've put in it. I'll do that. So I'll just get some drip trays and we'll move to topping up the bevel box and the gearbox. Alright, so here we are at the bevel box. Oh, that's the 17 for sure. Last time I did this, I'm doing it without a safety net, so let's get a rag or two. Sorry about that whizzing about. Last time I did this, there was enough oil in it, so I didn't really need to. And there's enough oil in it, so the bevel box is good. None needed there, or no more needed there. And that great smell of EP90. Let's try and just take a little wipe under there to get rid of it. Must have a bit of a breather weep because it seems to be a bit dirty around it. But okay, so the bevel box is good. Moving on to the gearbox. Oh, this will be ugly. Let's just see how this one is. I know there's going to be somebody out there saying, you should put new washers on. Put new crash washers on. And you're right, I should, but I'm not going to. Oh, this is tight. Which is a bit worrying for a drain plug. Yep, that's good. Oil's coming out there too. So that's filled. So now, the only thing I need to do is, go off and clean my hands, get the drain pan, and there we go. Wipe you off. Get the drain pan and do a full engine oil change. I suppose I could see what it's like first. What's that? 22. This is the guy I'm after. So let's see if I've got a 22. 22. That's there. Just have a quick look at the oil on the dipstick and see what that looks like. A little bit of smuts. Not quite to the level. Could do with a bit of a top up actually, I think. Oh, hold on. Doing it wrong. You do it screwed all the way in. Let's just see. There we go, that's all the way in. All the way out. Yeah, I could do it a little bit. So we'll do a little bit of a top up. I don't think that's too bad, or is it? Well, I guess it's down to how much oil I've got. So let me just get set up to top that up first. All right, I'm not sure how much this will come out with the chest cam, but yeah, probably not at all actually. Not much. Anyway, there's the sump, or the sump drain. And just move the... There we go. So now I can get in there. And all that lovely lubricant comes out. And if we look at the end of the magnetic plug, there's nothing there, which is outstanding. I'm guessing I've left the aluminum washer on the sump, so hopefully, you know, what's going to happen is it'll fall in there, so that'll be something. Anyway, I'm going to just let that drain overnight. I'll get some more lube and plonk that on, probably use the old can, pour what I've got in there, fill the old can full of old oil, take that to the place, buy some more, and then come home. But yeah, there we go, that's the oil draining. So waiting for the solenoid, done the bevel box, checked the gearbox. I think that's it. I think that's all I've got. This will be probably done this afternoon. So that's it for now. What I can do actually, I'm curious to know what the plugs are like. So let me just pull out the, just pull a plug and see what the colour is. See how they look. Oh, pretty spot on. I'd say they're all right. I'd say I've got my mixture perfect. I'm going to do the tappets, so I'll pull those out. Might as well do the one on the other side while I'm waiting then. That one's a little sootier, but not too bad. Maybe burn a bit of oil on that side. Anyway, there we go, that's those out. I'll pull the covers off. I'll wait until this is drained fully before I start dropping screws everywhere, because, you know, no need to fill that full of screws. That's it for this little bit. So I'm too lazy to take this off the chest mount, so I'm holding the chest mount at a funny angle. Just filled it full of oil, did the oil change, you saw me drain it, just put the oil in. I couldn't get a big can of 2050 VR, so I'm using the little ones. That's all done. I have been measuring the oil wrong. I've been doing it with the cap in. You're supposed to do it out in one turn, and it's bang on the right mark now, so that's a good thing. So she'd done 700 miles, possibly pushing 1,000 before, yeah, maybe 1,000. So I feel like I've done the due diligence, given her the first oil change, so that's good. So next thing is I want to go around and quickly make sure all the engine bolts are tight. basically print all the fastenings just to make sure that I haven't not done any up, and then it'll be covers off, check the clearances just once more, and that'll be it while I'm waiting for the solenoid, for the starter. Okay, so here is some gaskets and stuff that I've ordered, and more importantly, my fork seals. I'm just going to put, this is where I've got all my Guzzi gaskets. These 8mm and 10mm aluminum crush washers. So what was happening on these are for the vent. They've got crush washers on them that are too big. So we're going to put the right size on. Not that I'm, you know, all about the size. Well, I guess I am really. Oh, there's... Right, so those are the washers. Or some of the... Yeah, those are the washers. These things, don't you can see those two little balls. Those are replacement balls for the accelerator pumps in the carburetors. So when I inevitably do another carb rebuild, which probably will be shortly, I'll put those in. And these are new top rubbers, fork seal gaskets, and I got 4 fork seals. So there we go. So let's use some of these and put these on. I'm excited to use the right... Oh yeah, look at those. This is going to be lovely. So these are for the vents. I mean, I know it's not really super technical, but you know, it's nice to have the right things on. Hopefully you're not just looking at the back of my hand. So I have done the valve clearances on this, or checked them. You'd be pleased to know that they are absolutely bang on. I think this is 13mm. 13mm spanner. Oh yeah, look at that. I'll do 2 more. Get 2 more out. I hope chest cam is working for you. There's some kind of bad taste joke in there, isn't there, really? Let's come around the other side. Chesty cam. Come on you go. Right, let's try and get that. Again, both of these were very much as I left them, which is good. No wear marks or anything. What am I saying? No closed clearances indicating valve seat wear or anything. I did leave the cam covers off overnight, hence the oil and the oil. I do need to put the rubber doodah back in. So, oh no, I've lost the rubber doodah. Well, that's annoying. Inspection plug, what have I done with you? Oh no, the rubber doodah is hiding. There it is, look. It was hiding. Should have a big screwdriver. Do I have one? I do have one, lovely. So this is, everybody's going to freak out next. I'm going to do using a screwdriver, which I think I did last time. Hopefully some of this footage is good. Look at that, no use for a screwdriver. There we go, it's in. I've tightened the plugs up. I will give this a wash like I said. Next thing I'll do is put on the alternator cover. I'll give those a quick whip round with some cleaner. Sorry. So those are the two mating surfaces for the brushes, for the generator. So I'll whip round, use some carb cleaner on a, what am I going to say? A cotton bud, Q-tip, whatever you call it. Do that on those, and then we are good. I am probably not going to get this solenoid in time. Start a solenoid. Hang on, I'm looking at the start. Let me come round. The thing that goes on here. I'm probably not going to get the replacement one of these before the Guzzi event that's coming up in, I think it's this weekend, this Sunday, which is a bit of a shame because I was hoping to go to that, but we'll see, you never know. So, starter motor. I've pulled the starter motor apart. Here is the armature, where the carbon brushes touch. It's not too bad, it's not scored up. I think it will clean up nicely with some decent carb cleaner, maybe a light rub with some emery. What is interesting is if you look in here, and I don't know whether you can see, let me get my flashlight and just see if you can see in there. You can see they've got some long brushes and some short brushes. And the short brushes are worn out and the long brushes have been replaced. So I think this has only been running with 2 brushes, not 4. So when I get my rebuild kit and I get all the new brushes, I'll be able to pop the end cap off and put this all back together nicely with full working brushes. So my kit's coming soon, which would be great. And then I just need the solenoid, which has been shipped. So full starter motor rebuild kit on its way. Be fun. So starter motor components. I managed to get the brush plate off, which sits in there. These brushes end up trapped in these two. As you can see, these two are really short. These are slightly longer. I'm going to put new brushes in it. They're soldered in. So I've just sprayed it all off with brake cleaner to get most of the gunge off and the black dust. And then I'll have to unsolder and resolder. 2 go here and here, 2 go here and here. I will do them one at a time. It should be fairly easy to remember which is which. And that's it. I have just, in cleaning everything, sprayed and flipped my tin full of black goopiness, which also included the paint, and I've got it all over my shirt too, but there we go. Anyway, stuff is coming, all the parts are coming on Tuesday. The new starter motor, I've actually ordered a new starter motor as well. My plan is to put the new one on and then rebuild this one at my leisure. So hopefully that all works. So here are all the components for a starter refurbish kit, including new bushes, which is very exciting. I'm not sure how. That's pretty good. Although that's probably the one for this end, I think. That looks like a smaller one. Well, that works really well. I'll have to put that back, but I've got the brushes. These are the ones that were engaged, so they look pretty good compared to the old one. And then these are the ones that were really worn out, and they're a little bit shorter, but not much. Anyway, I have to replace those. It's got new springs, so I'll put new springs on. Hopefully they yeah, I'm sure they come off fairly easily. Anyway, we can do that. I'll solder on the new brushes. I'll get my soldering iron out. We'll practice on this first before I come on to doing these, because these are a little bit more involved. And then we'll start putting it back together. I need to review the bush situation, possibly this one more than the other one, which will involve taking this out so I can pull the thing out, and then we can really do a proper job on it. Well, let's just see. I'm not sure how much end play there is there. Can't do this one-handed. There's a bit, isn't there? Look at that. Yeah, there's quite a bit of end play. So that will require rebushing. So I'll do that. I will clean up. I will get going. I'm going to start on the soldering. I need to find a big old soldering iron. That's a file. somewhere I've got a set of nice old soldering irons that I can heat up with a blow lamp and use them, because I'm pretty sure this little guy may not do it. Well, I can try it. It probably won't do it. It'll probably work on this, but not on the other ones. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. All right. Hopefully you're seeing the tip of my soldering iron, which is really bloody hot. So what I'm going to do is just tin the end of this. Come on. There we go. Get that piece of flux off. Oh, that's getting a bit warm. It's amazing how I've got a big dollop of flux on my fingers now that I don't want. So bear with me for a second, because I'll reheat the... So we're looking at... Hopefully you can see, this is the end of my stator plate, or the starter plate. I'm going to put a little bit of flux on there, clean it up. Put this is still fairly hot, I think. Yeah, it's still fairly hot. Right, I'm going to warm it up, get it nice and hot. You can tell by the colour and the solder's warm on the end. I don't want to get it too hot. So that's it. Put that down. Grab this. Right, this is going to be a little bit of a balancing act. There's one way to try it, I suppose. It could have stuck. I'm using a Jubilee clip to hold it on. Let me move this. This is bloody hot. Let me just see. Oh, that's on. So this is going to be a bit warm, but I've soldered those on. I'm going to do a continuity test just to make sure they're good. Because they look a bit scabby. But let's try that. So let's just see. Good. Good. Well, that's that one done. Well, those are the easy ones to do, and those are the ones I'm showing you, because the next ones to do are on the this. These are going to be harder to get to. They're on these little tags on the end. They push through the solder. I've got to get them bloody hot to pull them out. Should be easy to solder in, I think. But once they're done, I can put all this back together. So those are going to be my next ones. But like I say, you've seen me fumble around with those. You don't need to see me fumble around with the others. Job done. And they were fiddly. So there's the new brushes in, look. And I've got flux everywhere. Quick bit of video in between. Just put the soldering iron on there and the brushes both fell out. This could be the easiest one yet. I'm going to put the new brushes in, tin them up when they're in, bit of flux, and go. Don't want to let the iron get too cold, so see you in a bit. Right, hopefully we can catch this. Solder, let's see if I can get this to... I burnt the rubber bloody bung. There we go, that's soldering. That's on there. Right. So those two firmly are fixed. Yeah, pretty warm. Done the plate. I've just shown you that one, so I've done that. The next thing I'm going to do is push out the bushings. I'll start with that guy. I think that'll be easy. Should be able to push that one out fairly easily using a socket if I can find one that size, and then do the same with the other one. Then I'll push them in the vise. So that'll be the next thing. I'll get set up for that and turn you on. So that's it for this episode. See you on the next one. If you like what you see, like, subscribe, I don't know, add a comment. It's all good stuff.